We've often said that Earth is a living being, constantly changing. One of the most significant changes that has repeatedly occurred is the ice ages. Earth has experienced 5 major ice age periods. This is the minimum, of course. Scientists believe there were even more ice ages on Earth. However, these 5 periods are confirmed, and we know they definitely happened, moving beyond theory. We don't want to discuss Earth's glacial cycles. Instead, let's talk about what happened after humans appeared on Earth. We want to understand how humans managed to survive such a freezing period. The last ice age began around 115,000 years ago and remarkably lasted until just 11,000 years ago. This doesn't mean the entire Earth was frozen 11,000 years ago. Rather, the ice age was ending and the ice was receding. Let's return to the poles at the start of this ice age and see what was happening. You should know that Homo sapiens or modern humans lived alongside Neanderthals during this time, meaning both these types of humans existed during the Ice Age. The Neanderthals were only in Eurasia, while modern humans were in both Eurasia and Africa. People in Africa were better off because it wasn't as cold as in Eurasia. Scientists estimate that during the last ice age we're discussing 30% of the Earth was covered in ice. You should know that during the ice age, Earth's water levels were much lower. For instance, the Caspian Sea didn't exist. The Persian Gulf didn't exist. The Red Sea was a lake, as it was only a head, not connected anywhere. The Mediterranean was also just like a lake, not connected to other bodies of water. Japan was connected to Asia, and the best known places where America and Asia were linked are also famous. All of these issues are due to the low levels of water. Currently, most of the Earth's waters are in a frozen state. Now, what is the temperature in the hottest places on Earth during this period? You might not believe it, but the equator, now 31 degrees Celsius on average, was just 7 degrees Celsius back then. Imagine how cold Earth was overall. This shows how frigid the entire planet was during that period. Now, let's see how humans coped with this extreme cold. It's freezing, barely any rain, everything's iced over. No crops can grow in these conditions. So the only available food source was meat. Humans had to hunt to survive in this harsh environment. No other option. There was simply no alternative way to feed themselves. The warmest region back then was Northern Africa, where most humans gathered. But they weren't just there. They spread across Europe, Asia, India, Southeast Asia, and even Australia. However, no humans had reached the Americas yet, north or south. The invention of clothing revolutionized human life, especially when they started using animal skins. This allowed them to keep warm in harsh conditions. Of course, humans had already mastered fire long before, using it alongside clothing to stay warm. Another factor that helped humans survive the extreme cold was their ability to communicate and plan together for survival. Scientists believe humans had a spoken language at least 50,000 years ago, allowing them to easily communicate with each other. This ability to plan and communicate sets humans apart from other animals, giving us a unique advantage for survival. From ancient cave paintings, we can tell Ice Age humans knew the seasons and temperature changes. Cave art shows they identified which animals were best to hunt. Meat was the king of foods back then. We mentioned that farming wasn't possible. Humans are working hard to hunt. They hunt to eat, stay warm in the harsh cold, and survive. So they got better at hunting and made weapons like wooden spears with stone tips, which were very effective. They hunted in groups like predators and even took down huge animals like mammoths, the most famous prey. That's why humans invented the bow and arrow about 50,000 years ago. Instead of using spears up close, they sharpened stones and shot arrows from afar. Humans kept developing new strategies and technologies to survive in this harsh environment. Archaeologists say the key to human survival was their choice of habitat. It was everything. Early humans' habitat choices show they were quite modern. Their brains were working, something other animals lack. They can't plan for their lives. Like African wild dogs. They hunt in groups like early humans did. But unlike humans, they don't plan. There's no strategy for their hunts. They instinctively attack and eat prey. They don't dwell on losses. Humans plan to avoid death and injury. This human trait of planning continues today. People plan for everything they do. Let's go back to that era. Not everyone planned wisely back then. Most importantly, the Neanderthals. Neanderthals went extinct mid-Ice Age as they couldn't plan for survival. Of course, this extinction theory is just that, a theory. No one knows exactly why they vanished. They became extinct. One theory suggests their strength and high food needs led to their demise. Modern humans, however, could survive on less food. Modern humans also have competitive genes, and they're quite strong. Human intelligence, strategy, and social skills drove daily progress. For such humans, surviving the Ice Age wasn't too hard. They could make smart choices and survive with improving intellect. The last Ice Age ended about 11,000 years ago. As it ended, ice melted and water levels rose. Remember that. For instance, the Caspian Sea formed, as did the Persian Gulf. The Mediterranean was once a lake that rose and connected to the ocean. Sri Lanka split from India, Japan from Asia. Another thing, the Bering Strait submerged, isolating Native Americans in North and South America by closing the land bridge between Asia and America. It's still closed today. Now, one theory suggests the world is warming, causing sea levels to rise continuously. However, some scientists argue this is incorrect. They agree Earth is warming now, but claim it's temporary. They believe we might be heading towards another ice age in the near future. Both global warming and an impending ice age are theories. We can't say for certain which one is correct.